Okay, this is at a cadence of 80 per minute, and I'm 9 minutes into my 10-minute session. My heart rate is now 138 beats per minute. My breathing's a little bit above normal, but nothing much. And I feel very comfortable at this cadence. It's pedalling slightly faster than I think is natural, but I feel I could go on for a long time at this cadence. Okay, this is 9 minutes into a 10-minute training session at a cadence of about 62. And I've dropped up 2 gears, so it's much tougher to pedal. I can really feel that I really have to force at each stroke. And although it's not overly uncomfortable, it just does feel that I have to put a lot of force into each downstroke with my left and right foot. My breathing is really fairly normal, but my legs are certainly tired, and I couldn't keep this up much longer. I can feel the muscles are fatiguing, and strange that I'm not breathing quicker. My heart rate is 131 at the moment, so that hasn't really gone up very much. So that, coupled with a low breathing rate, leads me to believe I'm not using a lot of oxygen, but it's hard work. Nine minutes into a 10-minute session at high cadence, 95 per minute, and this is really hard. I feel my legs are moving really fast, and the muscles on the top quadriceps are quite tired from lifting my legs so much. Really not much force down on the pedals, so the muscles at the bottom underneath are fine, but I'm breathing really fast. I couldn't keep this up for much longer. Heart rate's now 149, so that's gone up in line with my breathing. I feel that I need to get a lot of oxygen into me, so I'm breathing so fast. And it does feel uncomfortable cycling this fast. Doesn't feel natural. Probably something good to train at. And that's the 10 minutes up now. Oh, man. Oh. Woo! Different cadences, normal, low and high, and I changed my gearing so that the speed was the same in the 3 different experiments, 27 kilometers per hour. With the normal cadence, my heart rate was 138 after 10 minutes, and my breathing was a little bit above normal. At the low cadence, where I was putting a lot of force onto the pedals, my heart rate didn't increase very much. It was the same as normal, and my breathing was much lower, but my legs were very tired. I could feel there was a sort of build-up of maybe lactic acid in my legs. I could see that my legs were not going to carry on at that low cadence for too much longer. At a high cadence, something different happened. My heart rate after 10 minutes went up to very high at 152 per minute, and my breathing rate was very, very high. I was taking in a lot of oxygen, and I was pumping it around my body with a high heart rate. The muscles were requiring a lot of oxygen at the high cadence, and again I could not have kept that high cadence up for very long. I looked on the web pages and found out that there were 2 different types of muscle fibre: fast twitch fibres and slow twitch fibres. The fast twitch fibres contract rapidly and are useful for giving a lot of quick power, like jumping. Their energy source is not oxygen. They don't require oxygen, and they tend to metabolize glycogen. The muscle types tend to be a white meat. They have less blood vessels. They don't need so much oxygen, so there's not much point in having a lot of blood vessels. Think of chicken breast. However, though powerful, these muscles fatigue easily. They become tired. This happened to me when I had a low cadence and was pedalling very hard. I could feel my muscles were just tightening up, and it was a lot of effort. If we want to do exercise training to build up our fast twitch muscles, we use high weights with low repetitions. We put a lot of force on the muscles. In terms of cycling, this happens when you cycle at a low cadence. The slow twitch muscles contract much more slowly and are good for endurance tasks, like cycling. They use oxygen and burn fats. The meat tends to be red because it has lots of blood vessels to get the oxygen there. Think of chicken legs. Chickens stand on their legs. They use these muscles a lot for a long time, and they must make sure they're resistant to fatigue. This was the same when I was doing a high cadence cycling, and I was cycling very, very fast and getting very, very out of breath. The muscles were using a lot of oxygen, and I needed to replenish that by breathing quicker, and my heart rate went very high. So the results seem to make some sense. If you cycle very quickly, you breathe quickly, your heart rate goes up, you burn a lot of oxygen, but your muscles don't get so tired. The opposite happens when you cycle at a low cadence. Did these experiments result in any advice? Well, being a novice cyclist, I'm really not the best person to give advice. I think one should try different cadences and see how you feel. I think you should train to increase your cadence. And when cycling, if you find your muscles are getting tired, it's probably because you're in too low a cadence. Try changing gear so that you cycle faster at a higher cadence. Conversely, if you're starting to get very out of breath, try switching to a lower cadence. This may help you recover your breath, and then you can cycle more easily. The best cadence, of course, is somewhere in between these two. Thank you, and have a nice week.